Welcome back to the Not Girls with Lorren and Bri. It's episode 8.
Episode 8.
Episode 8, and it's just us two.
Yes, no guests today. We're back. I think we have officially decided this is going to be our permanent setup.
Yeah.
I like it. I like how it looks when you're watching the episode on YouTube because it looks like we're
Talking to
facing each other and talking to each other. So
yeah, I agree.
I'm pleased with it. We'll see how this goes. But today, episode 8, we decided that we were going to talk about just like a college 101 episode with college starting up right around the corner. Freshmen that are going to college for the first time, leaving their hometowns, all that jazz.
And
but
even your senior year.
Exactly. People returning back to college and not wanting to make the same mistakes that they made in previous years.
I actually cried yesterday last night because I wanted to go back to college. I was like, damn, I'd be going back to college right now.
Literally. I know. It's so wild to think about.
It is.
So we're just going to talk about all different stages, all different like challenges that people go through, trial and error, personal experience that we have from college, and just like some advice that we have if you are in that situation of leaving home and going to college for the first time or returning back to college.
When did you graduate college?
2019.
2019. Mm-hmm. That's when I started. I graduated 2023. So
perfect.
We kind of have some different insights.
Yeah.
Because you probably didn't have any online college courses or anything.
I took a few gen eds online, like listening to music and like intro to motion pictures, that bullshit. Yeah, I took all that online. But as for, I don't think I had anything outside of just like dumb gen eds online.
I had one semester and it was all online
The
classes.
whole thing?
It was the semester after COVID.
See, that's how, thankfully I graduated nursing school pre-COVID.
Yeah.
I could not imagine going through nursing school during COVID. Like, props to all of those girls that did that.
They would have to like do videos on their roommates and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember
that. I could not imagine. I couldn't.
Yeah.
But, all right, so let's start from the beginning. Let's start with all of those people out there that just graduated high school. They just spent their last summer back home in their hometown, and they're getting ready to leave home for the first time.
Yep. So you're probably getting ready for your dorm. But like even before then, even just choosing the college is a lot.
Deciding where you want to go. You obviously, if you are in a relationship or there are different things tying you down to specific places, but ultimately, like, you can go anywhere you want.
And don't base your decision on other people.
Yeah.
Even if you're so in love with your boyfriend. Like, if the college they're going to doesn't fit you, don't go to that college.
Right. I will say, I mean, from personal experience, like, you change so much from high school to college. And so, like, I was in a relationship with Ricky through high school. We went to the same college. Obviously, we're married now, and everything is fine and dandy.
Did you guys decide that together?
What?
Like, we're going to go to Hayes or wherever
So
you guys...
I originally was dead set on Hayes because I was in communication with the softball coach at Fort Hayes. And then, like, a very strange, weird thing happened with the coach, and she, like, all of a sudden resigned.
Oh.
And then the new coach that came in didn't pick up any of her recruits. So the new coach, it was so strange. We really didn't get a whole lot of information. But at that point, I had the mentality of, like, I'm not going to fight for a position on this team.
Yeah,
I was like, I know my worth. And I did really like the college. And within the state of Kansas, it was one of the cheaper colleges. That wasn't like a JUCO.
Yeah.
It was a D2 school. And so it was the perfect distance from home. I did have one cousin that lived in Hayes, so it's not like I was going there with no one. So I was pretty set on Hayes. Ricky had a bunch of college football opportunities, and he was...
Really?
Yeah. He was just so burnt out on football that he was like, I do not want to fucking play football. So he kind of... And then Ricky, with his nice-ass ACT score, essentially got a full ride to Fort Hayes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah, we essentially decided together that's where we wanted to go. But I was set on Hayes before he was set on Hayes.
Yeah.
I fully had accepted that we were going to be doing distance if I went to Hayes and he went somewhere else for football.
Mm-hmm. I will say when you tour colleges, like, you will know which one is right for you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you automatically know. Because, like, I went to Arkansas and I was like, yep, this is it. But
you
then
liked it?
Yeah. And it's just crazy how you have that feeling like, yep, this is the one compared to KU or any other place. But you also, like, money is a factor too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a huge difference between tuition in colleges. And it also kind of irritates me that when people choose these big bougie colleges just because of the flashy factor of it. And it's like, if you don't know what the fuck you want to do, don't waste your time and money going to a college like that. Like, go get your gen eds done at a JUCO. And then if you're like, okay, I got my feet wet a little bit, I know what I want to do, I know what I want to major in, then go. Like, by all means, in the state of Kansas, like, if you want to be a vet, you go to K-State. Like, K-State has one of the most amazing veterinary vet science programs. And so it's like, duh. If you want to be a veterinarian, like, you go to K-State. I totally get that. But, like, look at the different programs. Like, I knew I wanted to be in nursing, and Fort Hays had a phenomenal nursing program. So that was another thing that pulled me to Fort Hays. So,
but be kind of, like, selfish.
Yeah.
Like, don't just go wherever your friends go, because this is the time to meet new people.
Yes.
And get out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, do you, boo, and get out of there.
Yeah. So next step, you choose your college, you get accepted into your college, you spend all summer figuring out who your roommate's going to be. Like, I remember that whole process of, I ended up rooming with a girl I went to high school with, but I remember, like, during that time, like, everyone was texting, like, hey, like, we got assigned, you're my roommate, like, blah, blah, blah. You get to know a little bit about them before you just start living with them for a whole year.
Do you think people should roommate with high school people?
So,
because I feel like sometimes that can be bad.
I agree. I for sure agree. I think, I don't even know why Macy and I did that, like, why we decided to room together, because Macy was a volleyball player. So she went to the school like a full week and a half before I was there, because she had camp and practice and all that stuff. So she was fully in our dorm room like a week before I was. And Macy and I were we didn't have any issues. Like, we were very, neither of us were, like, very selfish, or, like, there wasn't a whole lot of drama with us when it came to, like, being roommates. Like, I wasn't a slob, she wasn't a slob. Yeah. Like, we both had boyfriends, so it's not like my roommate had guys in our room all the time. Like, that wasn't the case, thankfully. I think if I would have ended up being roommates with someone, like, if I would have got roomed with a girl's girl, I could not have fucking done that.
Yeah, no.
Like, I couldn't. No. I couldn't have dealt with constant guys coming in and out of our room, or, like, this chick, like, getting shit-faced at a club and, like, not being able to get, like, I couldn't have dealt with that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it definitely is important to meet new people, but I also think you shouldn't hate that whole year of your life because you have a shitty roommate.
I think what I see with people who roommate with friends from high school is, like, one will be the one that goes and meets new people, and then they just have their roommate that tags along. So then that roommate doesn't get to develop.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like, connections on their own.
The first conversation I ever had with a stranger on my floor in the dorm there was one night, it was like maybe night 2 or 3 of being in the dorms, and I, like, had my towel and I had my little shower caddy, and I was walking to the shower. And I love getting my hair French braided, but I can't French braid my own hair.
Yeah.
I can French braid someone else's hair, but not my own. And I was just, like, walking by this room, and there were 2 girls, and their door was open, and they were just, like, hanging out in their room. And I was just like, hey.
Yeah, that, like, helps a lot, too.
I'm 2 doors down, and, like, my hair was freshly wet from the shower. I was like, does anyone know how to French braid? And one of the girls did, and she French braided my hair. So, like, that was just, like, that icebreaker of just, like, breaking through that awkwardness.
You feel like a little kid again.
You do. Like, you have to meet new people. But after that, it was just, like, easy to get to know people because you just have to get yourself out there and just start a conversation. It could be about the stupidest thing. Just like, hey, where'd you get your shoes from or something, you know?
I will say finding a random person, but you picking them out is way better than getting a random person that the dorm people put you in.
I do believe, don't they do like questionnaires? Like you fill out this questionnaire, like what are your interests, that type of thing?
They're just not that good at matching people. Gotcha. But like I had a Twitter page and it put all the upcoming freshmen in the group page or whatever. And then I literally went through everyone. I was like, oh, she seems cool. She seems cool.
Gotcha.
I'm going to message her. So then it was like, okay, I'm meeting a random person, but at least like
did you know your freshman dorm roommate?
No.
Are you still friends with her today?
No.
Okay.
No. But like I picked her out on the Twitter page and then we texted all summer long.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like we knew each other. And like I made sure like she partied because I was like, I'm a big partier. So I wanted to make sure I didn't have someone that didn't like that.
Right.
So
yeah.
If you can somehow find people going to that school, try to reach out and room with them.
I think they make it pretty easy, especially now with social media. I think they make it pretty easy to be able to reach out and find people that have same interests than you. But I couldn't have, if I had a roommate that we just did not clash, I could not have done that.
Oh, no. I would have, which I think they give you an option to change at semester.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Or you could like submit a room change and be like, I can't do this.
There's some people that just need to be living by themselves.
Yes. Yeah, that happened on my floor. Like there was a girl a few doors down and that she ended up applying to get a separate room because like her roommate was like stealing her shit and like bringing guys to the dorm room. Like they were staying over even though like the guys weren't supposed to stay on the floor. Like just doing all the shit that was just not okay. Ugh. And she ended up getting a whole dorm room to herself after that. But yeah. I could not.
I could not either.
But I do think, with that being said, I think it is so, so, so important to live in the dorms.
1,000%.
I always advise everyone, I'm like,
you have to have that experience.
It's like, I would give anything to go back to that year in the dorms. Like,
me too.
It's not flashy. It's not, it kind of feels like prison a little bit, but it's so fun. Like,
it is so fun.
I would give anything to have a day in the life of my college days.
Especially like co-eds, because you can just go up on the floor and then it's just
go
guys.
Hang out. Yeah. Like what my day looked like freshman year of college. It was like I'd wake up for class, go to class for 2 hours, go grab lunch at the caf, go back to my room, take a nap, hang out with friends, go to the gym for like 2 or 3 hours, and then go eat dinner at the cafeteria. Hang out, play cards. Like we had like a little like game room in our dorm, so you could like go play games. You could go do this or that. There was always something going on around campus. Yeah. And then like at night, go have like half price appetizers at Applebee's or something. Yep. Like I would give anything to live that life.
Same,
again.
I'm gonna cry again. Oh my gosh.
Like it was just so carefree. Like you're just like living the life. Yeah. And you just meet fun people.
You do.
You potentially, your freshman year of college, you potentially start meeting people that you're going to be friends with for the rest of your life. And it's just, I think it's important to experience dorm life.
1,000%. Even if you still live in the same city that the college is in, you need to go in the dorms. Especially because, one, you're away from your parents. Like, it's your first time in your own space. So you got to live in the dorms.
I completely agree.
But it's fun. At the time, it seemed shitty. Like, I can't wait to get out of the dorms, but then it's like, no.
Like, thinking back, I'm like, I wore flip-flops in the shower for an entire year.
I know. And the caddies.
Oh, yeah, my shower caddy. Like, I had my hair wrap towel and, like, my body wrap towel, and you'd walk down to the showers.
You got to embrace the ugliness of the dorms.
Of dorm life, yeah. I remember I was in college my freshman year in the dorms, the year that the Royals won the World Series in 2015. And I just remember everyone's doors were like open, and like when the Royals won, like people were running up and down the hallways, like screaming, shouting, like that was fun.
That's so fun.
Like just experiencing that, and everyone just like I feel like during that time in your life, you get joy from the littlest things.
Did you figure out like what floors the RAs, like the bad RAs, were on?
So ours was like a giant square, and every floor had 2 RAs.
Yeah.
Caddy corners. So like one was in this corner, one was in this corner. And there were a few RAs that were like
strict.
Very strict.
Yeah.
And then there was a few that were like,
super cool.
Yeah. Then there were a few others that were like partying with everyone.
Yeah. My RA she was a girl's girl, petty as shit, and just a bitch.
My RA was strange.
Like she was judgy, and she would leave us out, and like I one time heard her talking shit on me and my roommate in class. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, you should not be an RA at all.
Oh my gosh.
But with that being said, like college is the time to put yourself out there and get involved in anything and everything.
Oh, yeah. Usually, from my experience, that first week of college during like orientation week, there is going to be a bunch of shit going on campus. Like there's going to be you could potentially go meet up with future clubs or organizations that you're going to be involved in. There's like pep rallies for like football games. There's like I know at the college I went to, there was this big like orientation fair where the square, like our Union Square, there were just tents lined up for clubs, organizations, even just like local businesses in the town, not necessarily affiliated with the college. And you just walked around and like got a bunch of free shit.
Yeah.
But maybe you didn't like talk to people, but you like saw faces, and then you'd have that person in class, and you're like, oh, I remember seeing that person. And then you have them in a different class. Like you just start seeing familiar faces around campus. Like I have so many people that I'm friends with on Facebook that I was just acquaintances with in college. We didn't necessarily like hang out, but we were cordial. We talked. We like interacted with each other during class or that. But
and you'll gain those throughout your classes.
Yeah.
Because like I had multiple classes with the same people throughout the 4 years.
Same. There, like we got a shout out, Lexi. She was a girl that I went to college with. Lexi, if you're listening, I saw you. I see you.
Was it on Facebook?
Yeah, on Facebook. Yeah. She shared it, and she was just talking about how much she really enjoys the podcast. And like Lexi was one that I had multiple classes with, hung out a few times, and like just got to know on that level. And we added each other on Facebook, stayed connected. Yeah. Like she's married now to someone that she met in college, which was so cool. Like I had classes with both of them.
Yeah.
Like it's just so cool to see everyone evolve over time and like become the person that they are.
I think also going into college, people are nervous about their classes.
Yeah.
But like just find a spot and then just turn to the person next to them and be like, hey, you want to be buddies for the semester?
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
And then we'd work on homework together.
Homework, study dates together, just like having that bond together.
Yeah.
And also too, as uncomfortable as you are in that situation, like just know that everyone else around you is also uncomfortable in that situation. You're all in this together. Like,
and also most of the time, the first spot that you pick in the semester is probably going to be the spot.
Unless someone steals your unassigned seat.
I'm like, bro, what do you mean? I've been sitting here this whole time. That pisses me off.
Same. Nothing ruins my day more than someone taking my assigned seat.
You're like, really? Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
But also I hate the professors that have assigned seats.
Try and give you assigned seats as no.
Shut up.
Yeah.
But I know I've talked some shit on sororities. But I think it's a great thing for freshmen. Especially if you do like to party, like that's your way into parties.
I didn't even like give sororities like a thought.
Really?
Never.
How many sororities does Fort Hayes have?
Let's look.
Because Pitt State has
I do know
3.
Hayes is more known for their fraternities because they have like a fraternity that is like associated with the rodeo team or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's pretty fucking cool.
Let's look.
The frat cowboys.
Yes. Jorge State sororities. Let's see.
But like that's how you
9.
find
They
9?
have
Holy
4.
shit.
No, 4 fraternities, 5 sororities.
Okay.
You want me to read them to you?
Yeah.
See if you know anything about
Yeah.
them. Okay. Let's figure it out. Sorority life. Chapters. There is Alpha, Gamma, Delta.
That's what I was.
Oh. Okay. Alpha, Sigma, Alpha.
Yeah, we have those. That's what my cousin is.
Okay. A Delta, Zeta.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was one of the bigger ones on campus.
Yeah.
Sigma, Sigma, Sigma.
Tri-Sig.
Oh.
Fuck them bitches. I'm kidding. Fuck.
Sigma, Alpha.
Yeah. So we just had Tri-Del, Alpha Gamma, and Alpha Sigma Alpha.
I gotta figure out what this fraternity was that was Alpha Gamma Rho.
Is this a fraternity?
Mm-hmm. Sigma Alpha Epsilon.
Sig Eps, yeah.
Oh, isn't that what all the guys
Yeah,
did?
that's what Dane and Dre are.
Sigma Chi.
Yeah, Sigma Chi.
Sigma Phi Epsilon.
Is that fucking Pikes?
I don't know. But yeah, no, I didn't even think about going into a sorority. I don't know why.
Girls.
I mean, probably,
It's a
yeah, because
girls'
that's
girl.
nothing
Yeah.
like what I am. I mean, I always thought it was cool. They had like all the matching shirts on campus and stuff, but
Yeah, I would just say it's like a way
to get to know
meet-
people.
Yeah, to meet people.
Mm-hmm.
But like what I always advice that I've always gave like my cousins and everything is you can drop rush week because the sorority girls go a week before too.
Okay, so for the listeners, everyone that's listening that is thinking about it, walk us through like a sorority.
So you'll go a week before, and then different days you'll visit different sororities, but they get to choose. They have to choose you.
Okay.
But then you also put down your preferences, what you want. But they could drop you. Like Tri-Delt dropped me, which
Still salty?
Well, it's bullshit because some girls like already know you before you come to college, so then they judge you off of that, and that's bullshit.
Like, who's this Bri bitch?
Yeah, and they'll be like, oh, well, I heard this, and it's like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
Like I've heard some people like will put your face up and be like, if anyone knows anything about this girl, tell us. Yeah.
I feel like that would be really hard with social media now, too.
Yes.
Okay.
But so you go through that, but like if you feel like this just isn't for you on day 2, drop it.
So you tour these sororities?
Yeah. So the first day you tour all the houses on campus, and that's just a walkthrough. And then the second day, there's like different days, but the second day you actually sit down with some girls and have conversations with them. And then like the third day is philanthropy day. So then they talk about what their sorority does for the community and all that stuff.
Okay.
It's pretty sad actually because they tell stories. And then third day is preference, fourth day is preference day. And that's whenever you write down your preferences and they can either drop you or keep you.
Okay.
And then on bid day, the last day is whenever you open the envelope and you run home.
So is there girls that don't get into any?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So like if all 3 sororities drop you, you're done. Or at that time too, they check your grades. And if your grades aren't aligned, then you're done.
Okay. So you go through Rush or whatever that is. You get accepted to a sorority. Are you obligated to have a full year commitment with that sorority, or can you leave at any time?
So you have a period before initiation, and it's probably a month or probably like 2 or 3 months actually. So you have to like, I think we took like a little test about the sorority.
Okay.
And then like you have to learn all the songs and yeah.
Okay.
And, or like, I could be totally botching this and talking shit, but like, I remember, like, I had to remember, like, it wasn't a song, it was like a pledge.
Oh,
kind of.
Yeah.
And then, so we had to do that, and then you get initiated. And then you have to stay committed.
You have to stay.
Yeah.
That's
but
so
you
wild.
can drop, like I dropped my sophomore summer. After my sophomore year, I dropped.
You got out.
But I had to give a reason.
What was your reason?
I think I just said I wasn't involved and I wanted to focus on other stuff. I think like I wanted to focus on my job more and internship and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you have time to process everything, which is nice. So if you do have that gut feeling, like listen to it and drop.
Yeah.
Because you also, when you get initiated, you have to fork some money up, and it's like mine was probably like 300 something bucks. So it's like, don't spend that money if you know you're not gonna like it.
Gotcha.
But a lot of the girls that came for rush week, they dropped like day 2, day 3. They still got to stay in the dorms. So they still got to hang out with all the girls. Like they still already met girls, so they still formed friendships. So honestly, I probably should have dropped.
Yeah.
And then just still had girlfriends.
Okay. Are you still friends with any of your sorority friends today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a lot of the older girls that
Yeah.
were above me, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay.
I do think we should have especially with school starting up, if there's anyone out there listening that has a crazy horror story of a sorority life. I know nothing about sororities, so I'm always interested to hear all of the shit that happens within, like, under the roof of sororities. So I think it would be really fun if we could have a segment where people send in some sorority horror stories.
Yeah, for real. There's probably a lot. I don't have too many. I just had that bad roommate.
And, like, imagine the horror stories of someone that goes to, like, Alabama.
Yeah.
Like, a huge,
oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine.
huge school with, like, let's look up, how many sororities does Alabama have?
That's like also too why I chose Pitt State, because there wasn't so much pressure on you. Like I could not imagine going to Arkansas or KU, and they had to literally take buses.
24.
Yeah, they had to literally take buses to the sororities and shit. And theirs is like 2 weeks or a week and a half.
It says more than 36% of the campus is involved in Greek life, and about 2,500 students rush every year.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen videos on it on TikTok, and it just like...
Yeah, I think they're way more intense. Yeah. And I probably wouldn't have done it if I didn't go to Pitt State.
Right.
Like, if I went to... I wanted to rush in Arkansas. But, like, I've heard really bad stories about Alabama. Don't they have a documentary about it?
Do they?
I think they do.
I might have to watch it.
Because it's fucked. Like, it's so fucked. I'm pretty sure that's the one, like, they had to send in bikini photos into the sororities.
Yeah.
What bitches? That is so mean.
That is wild.
But I know, like, I've seen people, like, completely devastated of being dropped by a sorority, and it's sad.
Yeah.
But it all works out in the end.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason.
Okay, let's talk about, like, we hit on it a little bit, but maybe let's just reiterate on, like, the importance of putting yourself out there in college. Like, the good thing about being in college is nothing is mandatory. Like, you are an adult. You're fully capable of making decisions for yourself. So you don't have to be involved in clubs or organizations that you don't want to be involved in.
Yeah.
Find something you like. There's fucking clubs and organizations for everything on campus. Like, go find something you like, or go find something that you're passionate about. So kind of like club and organization shop. Like, go to different meetings and sit in and, like, decide for yourself what you want to be involved in. But I do think it's important to be involved in something.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
And even, like, they have leadership clubs. They have, like, stuff that could look good on your resume for after you get out of college.
I was the, like, president of our dorm room. I don't, it wasn't like...
It wasn't the RA.
No, it wasn't an RA, but it was like the student council of the dorm.
Huh.
I don't even remember what it was called, but yeah, it was fun because like we had a float in the parade. We like did some fun stuff around campus, but it wasn't like the obligation was like a meeting every other week or something like that. But it was fun. We had a prom in our dorm room. So like everyone, cause you're a freshman in college and you have your closet of prom dresses and you're like, I want to wear it again, but I never have anything to wear it for. So we like brought our prom dresses back to college with us one weekend.
That's fun.
And like had our own prom. It was so much fun. But yeah, even if it's not clubs or organizations, like go to sporting events. Like there's just so many different ways to get involved. You don't need to just be a hermit and sit in your dorm room all day, every day.
And those people that do that, they shit on college.
Yes.
And I'm like, what did you do?
Right.
Like, you got to put yourself out there and no one's going to force you to do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about going to college if you're like in a relationship.
Okay.
So, you and Ricky went to the same college. But did you guys have any rough patches during college?
Yeah, so of our 12-year relationship, the only time we've ever had a quote-unquote rough patch was freshman year of college. And it was solely because I thought I just had to go through like that party stage. That's what everyone around me was doing. I just was like, oh, I need to be going to parties on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night and like drinking. And
it starts on Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I was not doing that.
Really?
No. I would go out Thursday nights or like maybe it was like Wednesday nights were girls' night or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Thursday nights are girls' night.
Okay, Thursday. Yeah. But that's just what I thought I was supposed to do because that's what everyone around me was doing. So I was like going to these house parties and drinking and then like going to the club and like Ricky, for anyone listening, my husband does not drink. He never has drank in his entire life. He just decided he didn't want to and he just never gave in to the peer pressure of drinking and he just... That's
so impressive.
I mean, he's 28 years old and he's like, why start now?
Yeah.
Like... I don't know.
Imagine Ricky drunk. He would get so pissed drunk if he got hammered.
Like one drink.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
So that I was like going out doing all this stuff. Like maybe 2 or 3 times Ricky came with me because he was my boyfriend. I wanted him to join with me. And then he instantly got like belittled and called a pussy because he wasn't drinking. Like all the guys are like, you want to drink? And he's like, no. And they're like, why aren't you drinking, pussy? Like, just the constant, like, peer pressure of getting everyone to drink and, like, just forcing drinks down people's throats.
There's so much of that in frats.
Yes.
Like, that's how they haze them. Like,
Right. You hear of those horror stories all the time.
Like Mizzou, that guy.
But, so anyway, it, like, started taking a toll on our relationship because I would be like, I'm going out, and Ricky would obviously get upset because he would want to spend
time with
me.
Yeah.
And so it took me having to take a step back and realizing, okay, what is more important to me? My long-term boyfriend that I've had for, at this time, 3 or 4 years, or did I want to make partying and drinking a priority? And it just came down to, I had to make that exception that those two lives were never going to collide. Yeah. Ricky was never going to become the partying type, and he never was going to accept having a significant other that had interest in that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is like an easy decision. So, and this is not me saying that Ricky has told me I can't drink or he was mad when I did drink. He has never controlled that
just
part of my life.
Just didn't align with his.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just a lifestyle choice, and that's completely okay. It's not like he was telling me, if you don't stop drinking, I'm going to break up with you. Yeah. Like, that is not the case at all. I still, to this day, drink and have fun when I want to have fun, and he accepts that, but it's not like I'm going out and partying in clubs by myself.
Yeah.
Which, looking back, I'm like, that's really fucking sketchy.
Yeah.
Like,
I have a PSA.
The amount of times that I walked back to my dorms by myself, super drunk, like...
Yeah.
Dumb. What's your PSA?
If you and your high school lover go to different colleges and your boyfriend joins a frat and is partying all the time, he's probably fucking other girls.
Not even just frat.
Yeah, that's true too. Football players, holy shit. Like, whores. They are the biggest whores ever. But I'm just saying, if you guys are not very solid coming out of high school, you guys are not going to be solid in college.
There just has to be a clear, like, definitive trust to be able to do that. Like, you just have to have full trust in each other.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, I wish I could positively say, like, oh, you'll be fine.
No. Every time when I hear, oh, yeah, I have a boyfriend and I'm graduating high school, I'm like, you guys should break up.
Or if you're not the same age, if your boyfriend in high school is like 2, 3, 4 years older than you and they leave and go to college before you.
I experienced that.
You did? Yeah.
Like, my ex was a freshman when I was a junior in high school. He cheated on me the entire time.
Yeah.
And I didn't even.
Didn't know?
No.
How did you find out?
He would be sketchy. Like, he would just not reply to me, but then, like, I would see he's obviously partying. Like,
Right.
I'd see stories and stuff. And then sometimes, like, I would go visit him, and girls would come up to me, and they'd be like, he's cheating on you. Yeah. And I'd be like, huh? What?
No, he's not.
No way. But, yeah, I mean, you just have to feel secure, and if you don't, like, let go of it.
I do also think college is such a, like, vulnerable state to where you're independent for the first time, you're away from home, you're meeting new people. There's just so much change that happens when you go to college that you start turning into a different person, and that's okay. It just, if it doesn't align with the future that your significant other has, we've talked about this in previous episodes, like, you just have to be okay with saying, this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
Like, you either just have to go your separate ways and accept that and just know that you may still love this person, but if your lifestyle, if you're living two different lifestyles, like, you can't change each other into what you want them to be.
And then you're just wasting your college experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, forget about him, dump him, and go enjoy your college
find
life.
someone. Exactly.
Like, you'll be fine.
Yeah. So yeah, I think rough patches in a relationship in college are extremely common. If you're listening to this and you are currently in a long-term high school relationship and you're going to college, just
evaluate it.
Yep, absolutely.
If he's being sketchy, just break up with him.
Yeah. Or just, like, sit down and talk with them. Like, have the conversation of, okay, I want to experience the party life, because if you do, that's great. Like, if you genuinely want to go out and party and have the time of your life, that is the time to do it.
Yeah, that's
like,
the time to do it.
Live it, embrace it, do it. But if you were, like, in my situation and you have a significant other that doesn't align with that, you, like I said, like, those they can't mesh together. Like, something's got to break, whether it's the relationship or it's your lifestyle you want. So it's just a very difficult time that you'll get through it. Everyone, you find yourself, you get through it, you make it work, but it's a lot of heartbreak and a lot of challenges to get there. But
yeah.
How were you in a relationship when you went to college?
No.
Okay, so you were single going into college, but you met a guy in college, right?
Well, okay, so my high school boyfriend is the same guy. You know what? Let's talk about this because it's been pissing me off lately. So I was dating this guy in high school.
Okay.
He went off to college. He was cheating on me.
He was older, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He was older. Broke it off with him. And then we started talking again. Well, yeah, we started talking again, but not fully. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to this college. He was going to the same college. But I knew that college because I'd go visit him. And I fell in love with it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to go because of him.
Yeah.
Because we're broken up at this point. But, like, I'm going to go because I love the college. So I go. And then a couple months later, my freshman year, he reaches out. We start dating. Yeah, we started dating my freshman year.
Okay.
I think. Or maybe it might have been, my freshman year. And, like, all my friends already knew all of the horror stories of him and how he treated me in high school.
Right.
So they're like, Bri, you're fucking stupid, which, yeah, I was stupid. But I ended up staying with him until my senior year of college.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then I'm pissed off because I feel like I wasted my college
You missed out on a lot.
years because I was with him.
Yeah.
But I mean,
So since he was older, did he graduate college before you?
Yes.
Did he leave Pitt?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys did distance again.
yeah.
Okay.
And he didn't like that I was out partying a lot, which I mean, I did it regardless because I'm like, it's my senior year.
Yeah.
You did this too. Like, I don't know what you expect. So, I mean, that wasn't like a huge fight of ours, but yeah, it got difficult whenever I was graduating and I had to make career choices and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he made it pretty easy to decide what I was doing, so.
Right.
But yeah, I'm like honestly pissed off that he swarmed me back in his ways
Right.
for the rest of my college career.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, damn, I would have been
You
single,
missed
having
out.
fun. Like, probably would have met a husband. Fuck! Fuck you! Like, I can't. I think about that all the time. But then I'm like, you know what? That's what I had to do at that time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but maybe girls don't go back to your ex.
If there's one thing you take from this episode, don't go back to your ex.
Don't go back to your ex. Because I feel like he was like seeing that I was thriving at Pitt State without him.
Yeah.
So then he's like, oh, I want to get her back. And then, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's talk about. So we hit on this a little bit, but let's talk about like peer pressure in college.
Yeah.
This is a huge topic when it
Huge.
comes to drugs, alcohol, just making poor decisions in general.
Mm-hmm.
Peer pressure is a huge issue in college.
I remember like when I first started, like there's so many new drugs, like Adderall
Yeah.
and cocaine. Like it's
So,
crazy.
okay, let's go, because I feel like you and I are opposites on this aspect too.
Mm-hmm.
Did you party and drink in high school?
Yeah, 1000%.
Yes. So that wasn't new to you in college.
No.
It was new to me. I did not. I had drank before, but I didn't like party in high school. Just because I was so fucking involved in sports and clubs and organizations. Like I didn't have freaking time.
Yeah.
To do that. So I
Well,
didn't.
I mean, if you got caught, you would have lost softball.
Right.
You would
Oh,
have,
yeah.
you know.
And at that
there's
time,
consequences.
my life would have been over if I would have not been able to finish a sports season in high school. So when I went to college, the partying and the drinking and doing all that jazz was completely new to me. Like I was like,
it like overwhelming?
yes.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know what alcohol I liked. I felt like a piece of shit because I didn't like the taste of beer at the time. Like I would try so hard to like it, but it literally would like make me gag.
That's funny.
I like beer now,
Yeah.
but I hated beer. So then I was like, what do I drink? I don't know. And you can't go into the liquor store. You have to send an upperclassman to the liquor store for you. And they're like, what do you want? And I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mad Dog.
Yeah.
I remember like some girls in the dorms, like they were like, I've never drank before. And I'd be like, take a sip of this. Like, I'm pretty sure it was Mad Dog.
Was it? Yeah.
It's like, try this. And like the Four Locos. Did you ever drink Four Locos?
I had a Four Loko. And then like I had like girlfriends that we would like split a variety pack of Smirnoff Ices. Did you guys drink Burnett's vodka?
Oh, yeah.
You know how like all the tops were different colors? Like we wanted to make a rainbow. And the upperclassman, at the time it was my roommate's boyfriend. He was 2 years older than us. So he was the one always going to the liquor store for us. And we would be like, we have a pink, blue, purple. We need like a yellow or green Burnett's flavor. But yeah, like I remember it was just so foreign to me. Like I had no idea. I didn't know my limit. Like I was
I was
like,
going to say, but you had you drank a little bit in high school.
yeah, but I didn't like get pissed drunk.
Yeah. Like there's some people that not a drip of alcohol.
Zero,
And then they get the chance to drink and then they have to go get their stomach pumped.
Just go balls to the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's like my dad told me, like, you need experience partying before you go to college, or else you're going to kill yourself. Like, so yeah, I don't know how. So once you figured out how'd you figure out your limit?
I mean, I definitely at the beginning was like, it was like
stay in the dorm.
out of body experience, like being drunk for the first time and like not knowing how like my body wasn't working like I wanted it to, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember that being a very strange feeling, but then I very quickly realized like the feeling of like getting buzzed, to know that if I wanted to come back down from that, I needed to either stop or I needed to like order a pizza and like eat some food or those types of things. But I remember, I will say, when it comes to peer pressure towards me, I did always cave when it comes to alcohol. Like, if someone was passing around a bottle of liquor, like, take a shot, I always fucking took it. Like, even
did you ever slap the bag, Lauren?
Oh, yeah. Yes. And, like, just going through those stages of trying disgusting fucking alcohols and not standing up for myself and being like, I don't want to drink that. I fucking took it. So alcohol, I definitely succumbed to the peer pressure, but drugs, like I was very adamant about like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I even used to be like very anti-weed.
Really?
Yeah. It was wild. Like I used to think that was like a gateway drug.
I'm so open.
This is so funny. So there's this guy, I don't know if he even listens to this, Todd, if he's listening. There was one night in college, we were eating at Applebee's and Todd and I were talking and Todd was like, talking about how he was like he smoked weed, he liked weed, and I was like, weed is the devil's lettuce. Like weed is a gateway drug and blah blah blah.
You're not gonna graduate college.
And then, oh my gosh, like he literally just like turned ghost white. He was like, you really believe that? And I was like, yeah, like I was so against it.
While Ricky's beside you.
But at the time, like neither of us had ever smoked weed. We were like, never. No. Yeah. And then obviously now it's like, I remember the first Snapchat I sent Todd. I was like, what's up? He was like, no way. But I think I asked Ricky this actually before we started this podcast because he would be a perfect example to be able to give advice when it comes to not being succumbed to peer pressure because the few parties that he did come with me to, and like I said, people would always like try and like force drinks down his throat. I asked him, I was like, what is a good piece of advice to give someone who doesn't want to give in to the peer pressure that isn't just fucking say no? Because that's so much easier said than done. Like everyone in that moment of being pressured, like you just want to cave. Yeah. And Ricky said, he was like, just when people start seeing you cave, those people are just going to continue and continue and continue to offer you things and like try and get you to try other things. Yeah. If you just never say yes, they'll eventually stop asking you. For sure. And I'm like, yeah, that's a really good point. Like, the first few times might be really hard and you may get backlash. They call you a pussy or like, but just if you stick to your gut and you just continue to say no, eventually they'll stop asking. So I thought that was good advice. I was like, because that's exactly what he did. He never gave in to taking a sip of alcohol, anything.
But also, like, turn the tables. Like, I don't like when, like, let's say I asked Ricky to have a beer, and he's like, no. That's, like, why would you put that in your body? Like, judge me for drinking.
Right. And he's never done that.
Like, I hate that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like.
For sure. Yes, like the instant trying to turn it around on you. Yeah.
It's just like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to.
And also, too, what irritates me is, like, if you ask someone, hey, do you want a drink of this? Do you want this? Do you want that? If that person says no, fucking move on. Yeah. Like, do not be a fucking piece of shit and just keep on this person because you don't know their story. Exactly. Like, you don't know why this person doesn't want to drink alcohol or why this person doesn't want to smoke weed or why this person doesn't want to snort fucking cocaine. Yeah. Like, you have absolutely no idea why they're saying no, so just move on from it. Oh, that irritates me so much. Like, the constant, it's like, sad. Belittling because someone is sticking up for themselves and saying no. Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Okay. Next topic. We're all fired up.
I know. Fuck. Okay. One thing that is so very important to me is I think everyone should get a job in college. I know so many people that didn't have jobs all throughout college.
Yeah.
And then now they're just like, they don't know how to work. Yeah. They don't know how to work. I'm just, it's a bad look.
So did you get financial help from your parents when you were in college?
A little bit, yeah.
Like if you asked here and there, they would offer it to you? Okay.
And like my dad paid for my groceries.
Okay.
But like I was responsible for my rent and like bills, like the stuff you need to be responsible for as an adult.
Yeah. I think the parents that just give their kids everything, like, oh, you need this money for that, like, I personally think that's just setting your kids up for failure.
1000%.
You're not giving them an opportunity to struggle. Like, I remember, like, having $3 in my bank account and, like, needing to put gas in my vehicle or get groceries. And I did not get any financial help from my parents in college. I paid for everything on my own. I also was a very big saver. So, like, all my money that I got from high school graduation, like, that lasted me a long freaking time. Oh, yeah. Because I saved. But I could count on, like, for sure under 5, maybe, like, 3 times that I ever asked my parents for money, and they gave me $100. That was it.
Yep.
And in that moment, like, I just felt like the biggest piece of shit for having to ask for help.
Yeah.
So I think having that independence and that responsibility of paying for your own shit makes you way stronger in the out.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
After college.
My biggest advice is, like, your first semester, freshman year, take that one to, like, get yourself together, figure out how to do school and get your friends together. And then, like, second semester, start working.
Yeah.
Like, 1, you meet new people. 2, you have money to spend. And, yeah, you learn how to financially support yourself.
Right.
Did you have a job in college?
Oh, yeah. I had so many jobs. I don't think I did anything for my entire freshman year.
You didn't, yeah.
God, I'm trying to think. What was my first job in college? I think it was the restaurant. I don't think I had a job at all in my freshman year. And then from the dorms, me and some friends and Ricky, we moved into an apartment complex that summer. And I remember I got a job as a waitress at a restaurant. But at one point in college, I was going through nursing school, managing a restaurant, coaching middle school girls basketball, and coaching girls high school softball.
Wow.
All at the same time.
That's a lot.
It was
That's a lot.
It was a lot. It was like too much. But I just knew that I thrived in chaos, and I performed best when I was like booked to the 9s.
And like under pressure. Like that's a lot of pressure on you.
Yes. Like I knew I had no leeway to not do my homework when I had time to do my homework. Like if I had an hour here, I'm like, I have no fucking choice other than to sit here and get my homework done because I have to go work a shift or we have a basketball game this night or like just all those different things. I definitely think it helped me become the person I am now because I'm more organized. I'm like, I work when everyone else like collapses under high stress. Like I feel like I excel because I literally thrive in chaos.
Yeah.
Like I am just very good at being like, all right, one step at a time. We'll get through the whole thing, but we can only take it one thing at a time.
I'd be crying in the corner.
Yeah. Well, and then like, because Ricky also had jobs. Like Ricky worked at the gym a little bit and he sold cars and he sold supplemental health insurance. Like he just did all sorts of stuff. But I definitely know girls that just sucked on mommy and daddy's tit the whole time that they were in freaking college and just had everything handed to them. And then when it came to being a big girl and living their own life, they were like,
They couldn't get a fucking job.
I don't know what to do. Yeah. Like, what do you put on your resume?
Exactly.
Your babysitting gig that you had in high school?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And, like, the easiest job to get in college is an on-campus job.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I did all 4 years.
Yep.
And I loved it. Like,
I helped tutor a kid.
Yeah.
It was like his parents knew one of my family members. It was like a mutual connection there, but like that was so much fun.
Yeah.
Because we would just meet on campus like once a week, and I would go over like, okay, here's your homework for the week. Like, how are your classes going? Mm-hmm. I was familiar with the town, and he needed help like navigating. And so I would like take him in his car, and he would.
That's funny.
Like, yeah, I'd be like, all right, take me to Walmart.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, okay. And like learning the streets of Walmart.
Yeah.
Or of Hayes to get to places that he needed to go.
But like even some jobs on campus, they literally pay you to do your homework.
Yep.
Like I was in an office and they're like help us out, of course, first. Right. But if you're not doing anything, do your homework.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's so nice. And I was done with my homework by 4 p.m.
Yeah.
And I got off and I was
then you went
drinking. I'm drinking.
No, I think it's very important, like you said. I know you're very passionate about it, but it teaches you so many things. It teaches you like responsibility, it gives you a work ethic. Mm-hmm. Like there's some people out there that literally have no fucking clue what it means to like work.
Yeah. Especially the younger generations.
Yeah.
I'm like, and even like teaches you how to be hungover at work. I would go to my work at 8 a.m. still hammered from Thursday night. And I'd be like, don't talk to me. I'm going to slur my words. Don't talk.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, I did it. I showed up.
It, yeah.
Like you have to do that.
Yeah.
And even like with that being said, going to class.
Oh yeah.
Just go to fucking class. If you go to class, you're going to pass.
I didn't understand that. Like there were some people that legit just didn't go to class and then failed because they just didn't show up.
Yeah. Like you could go to every single class and fail every test and you'll still pass.
Yeah. Like I know this guy.
I don't know if that's true.
I know this guy that so fucking smart, like phenomenal ACT score, went to college and then flunked out of college just because he didn't go to class. I'm like, you literally got a like 34 on your fucking ACT. Like you are a genius.
Yeah.
You literally don't have to try in anything you do. And he just...
And it's like when you go to class, you don't even have to listen.
Yeah.
Just act like you're taking notes and you're good. Yeah. Like I don't get people that, no. I probably skipped like 2 to 5 times a semester a class.
Oh yeah, I definitely...
Like you can skip some.
There were times that I either... And you also have the professors that actually take attendance. Mm-hmm. So you're like, okay,
you got to learn which classes
I have to navigate and make sure I show up to that class. But this one I can skip because they don't take attendance. But I remember being like, oh, I'm fucking tired. I want to take a nap. I'm skipping class. Yeah. That's totally fine. It's just that can't be a reoccurring thing. Like,
no.
Yeah. I also just don't like feeling behind.
Same.
Like if they learn a whole lesson when I'm not there and then I show up to class that next time and I'm like, I am lost.
Yeah.
But no, I think it also helps you get a friend group to be able to study and help you through that class on top of that. But I don't understand the whole not showing up to class.
So many people just don't go to class.
But then that's responsibility that they clearly don't have.
Yeah.
I
enjoyed class.
I wonder what it's like now. I know you are part of the Gen Z population, but the ones that are even younger than you, like, I wonder what it is like going to college with kids like that now.
They're not good.
I'm like, I could not imagine.
Oh, also, just in general, like, you have to find that group of people that motivate you and that will go to the library with you and study. Like, I had friends that were just like party bar friends, and then I had friends who, okay, it's finals week, we got to get our shit together, let's stay up all night and study.
Yeah.
So you have to find, there's certain people that can do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's important to find those people.
Okay. What else?
Seniors hitting on freshmen.
I don't feel like I dealt with
really?
This. Mainly, I think I just wasn't associated with those groups because, like,
Yeah. Like, it's so funny.
I'm trying to think. God, this was just, it's so long ago. I'm like, I gotta think back. I do feel like there were times where, like an upperclassman football player would like hit on a young freshman, which was kind of cringe. It's like, I feel like you're just trying to take advantage of her.
Yeah. Especially like the new freshmen doing sororities and then all the frats meet the new girls. And
Yeah,
it's
see,
like,
I don't have experience with that. I could see that being a big fucking problem.
like, I don't want to just throw everyone under the bus, but like there was one fraternity that was always all about freshmen, girls. Yeah. So they become buddy, come on, party with us, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, as soon as you turn to sophomore, they're like, who the fuck are you?
It's literally just, like, preying on them. Like,
yeah, it's just... In this same fraternity, hung a poster outside of the... Like, they were across from the dorms, and it was like, hey, fathers, like, your daughter's
drop your daughters
now.
off here or something like that.
Yeah,
I remember seeing this poster.
Yeah, it was at
I
Pitt
remember
State.
seeing this.
Yep.
That's insane. Let's also... Wait, what the hell?
So freshmen, don't fall for those guys that say, I'm so in love with you, you're amazing. Like, no, they're just freaking idiot boys.
Let's also talk about the guys at the bars that don't get a hint, like no means no. Like, there were multiple times that my roommate and I, Macy, we would be at the bar and like we literally just want to have like a fun night of like dancing, like hanging out at the bar. There were nights where like these guys would constantly come up and like ask if we could dance, blah, blah, blah. There were multiple nights that we said we were lesbians together because
that's like the number one excuse.
Yeah.
You look at your friend, this is my girlfriend.
Yeah, we're together.
And they always say, make out then.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah, like, leave us alone.
Yeah.
We already said no 10 times. No still means no. I literally just want to be here with my roommate and have a good time and hang out.
See, I would just dance away. I
Just
feel
like-
literally, that's what I would do. And it's so funny because this guy I went to Pitt State with, he also knows my cousin that's in Pitt State. And that's how I like just dance away from the guys. She fucking did the same exact thing when she got to Pitt State. And he like called me. He was like, dude, your cousin just did the dance away, walk away from the guy. And I was like, hell yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Or if I didn't like a guy, I'd be like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
Like, get away.
Get the fuck away
like
from
you.
me.
You
Like-
annoy the shit out
Like,
of me.
I'm trying not to be a bitch right now.
Yeah.
I really don't want, that was my perspective on it. Like, I am the last to turn into a bitch if a guy comes up to me. Even now, like, it's way easier when you have a wedding ring on your hand and you can just be like, bye.
See ya.
Yeah. But I'm not going to instantly jump to being a bitch. Like, if they come up and be like, hey, you want to dance? And I'd be like, oh, no, sorry. Like, I'm in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like, that means no. Don't fucking come up 10 more
Yeah.
times continuing to ask, or don't stare at me creepily across the dance floor, or like try and get behind me as I'm like dancing with some girlfriends.
Yeah.
Like, that literally makes,
I think it's okay to be a bitch in college.
if
to
that's,
guys.
if that's your first go at it, that's great. Like, I try not to be a bitch, but I'm just like, God, like, come on. And especially if I see it out in public now, I'm like, bro, she already fucking told you no 10 times. Go away.
At least buy me a drink first.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, guys, college guys are interesting.
Yeah. It's a very interesting time for sure.
Or like just make fun of their flirtiness. Like be like, you really just flirted me like that? Like, get out of here.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, let's talk about senior year.
It's so much fun.
It is.
I feel like at this time, you have been going to school with some of these same people for 4 years now. So whether you know people that are on the football team or on the basketball team, it's just so much fun. And you may not be friends with them on a personal level, but still going and being like,
They're similar
This is my
faces.
class.
Yeah.
Like, that, it's fun. Like, I loved going. I didn't have a whole lot of time because I was in my senior year of nursing school, but like going to football games or basketball games and just like watching and like
goes
being
by so
involved.
fast.
It goes so fast. And like the parades and like pep rallies and all that stuff. It's so much fun.
Yeah, you literally have to, like, I remember me and my friends being like, guys, this is the last time we're going to do this. And, like, just taking a breather and, like, soaking it all in.
Yeah.
You have to do that with every event.
I feel like I not only had, like, the sentimental part of it as a whole graduating, but I also had it of, like, my nursing class.
Yeah.
Like, we started with 30 people, and I think we graduated with 20, 22. Like, we lost some along the way. And it was just, like, we fucking went through hell together. The last 2 years were just,
you feel so proud of yourself.
absolutely hell.
Yeah.
And I remember there was one night we all, what did it say? I got shirts made for everyone. Then it had, like, our nursing class on the back, and it said, like, nurses also need shots or something like that. And we just went out as a class, and it was just so much fun. It was a bunch of girls, and we had 2 guys.
That's funny.
And it was just so much fun. But it was just, like, a sense of accomplishment. Like, we all did it. We survived. And that was, like, a really sentimental part, because I not only, like, got to walk on stage for Fort Hayes' graduation, but then also walking in my nursing ceremony.
What is it, your pin? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that was, like, you got to choose who you had come and pin you, and, like, it was a really sentimental part of the whole,
It's
like,
so
ceremony.
Sentimental.
Yeah.
Everything. But, like, you literally have to enjoy everything.
It goes fast.
It goes so fucking fast. Like, I wish they would let seniors, like, start a month before.
A month before everyone else.
So then you get an extra month.
Oh, you're the only person in the world that wants to go back to school or go to school more.
I love school. I would do anything to go back and learn some shit.
I don't think I could do
I
it.
actually didn't really learn that much, but
I don't think I could do it. I could not be responsible for homework again.
Really?
No. I would lose my mind.
Yeah, homework was a pain in the ass. But it was easy for me though, because I just did it every day at work.
Yeah. I didn't. I either had to do it at midnight when I got back home from my clinical, or at 6 o'clock in the morning before class.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. All right. Is that all we wanted to talk about? And then now we'll just go through a few scenarios.
Yeah, let's go through these scenarios.
Okay.
So we have some stories of some, like, horror stories.
First scenario that we are going to talk about is titled The Roommate from Hell. Sarah was thrilled to start her college experience and meet her new roommate, expecting late night study sessions and cozy movie marathons, but her excitement quickly turned to horror when she realized she had the roommate from hell. Her roommate was constantly bringing back random hookups at all hours, leaving Sarah awkwardly trapped in the dorm with strangers. Ugh. Worse, her roommate had zero boundaries, borrowing Sarah's clothes and personal items without asking, and even leaving evidence of her escapades. Is that a word?
Escapades
Around the room. Sarah's once exciting college dorm became a nightmare of sleepless nights and constant anxiety. This is literally what I was, like, talking about, what I could not have fucking done.
Yeah.
Like, I would have been the first to be like, absolutely fucking not, if this bitch was bringing in random dudes to our room all the fucking time. 2, if she's taking my fucking clothes and stealing my shit without asking,
Oh, I'd be so mad.
I could not.
One time I found my toothpaste in my roommate's fucking cubby thing.
Her
or
shower caddy?
Yeah. I was like, bro, just ask me.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
there were multiple times, like, Macy and I, we would share clothes. We would, like, but it was always a mutual respect of, like, asking. Or, like,
And we know what's happening.
like, my snacks, she, like, was respectful and, like, didn't eat my snacks. I didn't eat her snacks.
Yeah.
We had a mini fridge in our dorm room, and it was like, this is my food, this is her food. Like, just don't fucking eat other people's food.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't, like...
I would yell at her.
Did you have an issue with any privacy or personal space in your dorm situation?
There was, like, little things like the toothpaste and eating my snacks and stuff. But I also had outlets to go to. So I had, like, my older friends that I would just, whatever, I'm going to their house and just spend the night at their house.
Yeah.
So, like, you do find those outlets that you can go to, but yeah, it's annoying as shit. And it's like, at least just send me a text. Like,
Right.
hey, I'm going to take this. I'll either get you a new one or put it back. Like, yeah, you just have to communicate with your roommate with anything and everything.
Yeah, you have to be able to have effective communication and just know how to go about, like, if they're doing something that's bothering you, either sit down and have that conversation, or even if you want to send them a text, just be like, hey, I don't appreciate you taking my fucking clothes without asking me. Like, I'm happy to let you borrow something, but fucking ask. I don't want you snooping through my stuff. Like, even though you're in one big room with each other, there still has to be privacy in that situation. How were you, this is interesting to ask, how were you, like, because you didn't know your friend, right? Your dorm. How were you guys, like, changing? Did you just fucking strip down and change in front of them?
Yeah, we would just, like, turn around.
Just not look at each other?
Yeah, kind of like the locker room, like, back to back.
Oh, since Macy and I, we went to high school together, we showered in locker rooms for many years together, had seen each other naked multiple times. Yeah. We were just like, ah.
But, like, and also, like, our closet doors would open.
Yeah, and
so
you get changed in there.
Get in the closet door. But, yeah, it was kind of, it's like going and showering. But, yeah, you kind of just turn your back. But
yeah, you walk in, you're like, oh,
hey.
There's a big old set
Which, me and my roommate did get really close. Like, we were best friends at one point.
Yeah.
And then kind of the boundaries got crossed, and I was fed up. Couldn't do it.
All right, you want to do the next one?
Yep. The freshman 15. After starting college, Jack found himself struggling with maintaining his healthy habits. Between late-night study sessions, easy access to fast food, and a newfound love for campus pizza, he quickly put on extra pounds. Jack soon realized that the freshman 15 was more than a myth, and it was impacting his confidence and energy levels. Yeah, freshman 15's a thing.
Oh, 1,000%. I can relate to this, like, to a T. I was one of those athletes through high school. Like, I was in a sport all year round, like, from August to May, always in a sport. I was extremely involved, and so not that I, like, noticed it, but I was always in a good physical shape.
Yeah.
And when I had decided I wasn't going to go play college sports, I was burnt out. I was angry about the whole not playing softball in college situation. I had the mentality, I was like, I don't want to fucking do anything. Like, I want to sit my ass. I spent the last however many years playing sports. Like, I want to just sit on my ass and not do anything. That did not last long because I quickly realized that by not having any movement and just being lazy and eating, when you have the dorm, when you have the cafeteria, it's all free technically. Yeah. Like, you just get to go in and eat buffet style as much as you want.
And then all you have is McDonald's to eat, like Taco Bell late night. Yeah.
Pizza, like Domino's pizza, that was the only, like, after bar option.
Really?
Pretty much. Like, that was open because they were open till like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
They were the only thing that would, like, deliver to your dorm or to the house or whatever.
I kind of had the opposite. I, like, became anorexic.
Really?
Because I, like, didn't eat.
Oh my gosh, I chowed the fuck down freshman year.
I just didn't eat because I didn't, like, afford it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'll.
Did you not have cafeteria?
So I only had it Monday through Friday.
You had one of the
dinner
plans
sucked.
Where it was like you only have so many visits you can come in during the week.
So, like, weekends I was on my own. Yeah. And there I would just, I have to eat today. I'm just going to eat ramen noodles. Like, I just didn't eat that much. So, yeah, I became so skinny. But then I was like, okay, this is becoming unhealthy.
Right.
I need to start prioritizing eating. But, yeah, freshman 15's a thing.
100%. My advice to them is just, like, do something. Like, because whether you're, like, consuming food from the cafeteria or you're drinking a lot, you're partying a lot, like, just do something.
Like, do a couple laps around campus.
Yeah, go on a walk.
And even, like, the rec center's free.
Yep.
Like, go to the recs. It is kind of nerve-wracking, I will admit.
Get involved in intramural sports. Like, colleges always have fun. Like, that was, strived on playing co-ed softball because I didn't have softball anymore. Yeah. And it was just, I looked forward to it every year.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, just be kind of cautious. And actually what's funny is, like, your family's going to notice before you do. Yeah. Like, I remember my aunts being like, Bri, you're fucking sticking bones. Like, what are you doing?
Right. You need to put some meat on your bones. All right. Next one.
Yep.
Where are we? The overwhelming first semester. Maria underestimated the workload of her first semester, juggling 5 demanding courses while trying to make new friends and adjust to living on her own. The pressure to succeed and fit in led to burnout by midterms. She found herself overwhelmed, missing deadlines, and feeling isolated despite being surrounded by people.
I feel like this is so common.
I agree. I don't remember who told me this, but I remember when I was like making my schedule for my very first semester of college, someone told me, I don't think you should take that many credit hours. Yeah. And I was like, what? It's only like just 4 or 5 classes. Yeah. And they were like, I promise you probably want to take less just because there's so much change happening. Yeah. So that's probably another big piece of advice that I have for people is, what is it? Is it 12 hours considered full time? Mm-hmm.
So it's 4 classes.
So 12 to 15. I think that is like the perfect amount. Yeah. Start with that, especially your first semester, because there is so many things happening that you have to learn. And also, when you're in high school, your teachers want you to graduate. They will do everything they can to help you graduate. In college, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
They don't care if you pass or fail this class.
It's on you.
It's 100% on you.
Yeah.
Like, you literally have to put in the time, put in the effort, and be accountable for turning your homework in. Like, they're not going to be, hey, Bri, remember your midterm is due this Friday. Like, if you miss that deadline, you miss that fucking deadline.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's on you.
And, like, it's kind of like you have to be, like, you have to realize that, oh, shit, I'm falling behind. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe I shouldn't go out tonight.
Right.
Like, and some people, like, they just realize way too late, and it's like, oh, fuck. It's like, yeah, you're stupid.
I do think a piece of advice when it comes to time management for balancing schoolwork is find a place outside of your dorm, your house, wherever you are. Like Hayes, there were Starbucks, but there was also like a very local coffee shop that I loved going to. It was quiet. I could just put my headphones in. I would spend 2 to 3, 4, sometimes 4 hours there every single time because that was what I knew. If I went there, I sat my ass in that chair and I just did my homework. Yeah. I wouldn't be distracted. At home, everything comes up. So I advise you to find a place, whether that's the library, which is free for you to use on campus, or a coffee shop.
I would just go on buildings. Like, I would go to the psychology building and go into a classroom.
Yeah.
And just sit in a classroom by myself.
Just go find something to eliminate all distractions.
And also, like, punish yourself. Like, if you don't get that shit done, you're not going out with your friends.
Yeah.
Like, sorry. Which I know some people are like, they don't have that in them. But yeah, you have to be very self-aware. Yeah. And realize you're falling behind.
Yeah. Also, too, there are opportunities on campus to get support.
Oh, yeah.
There are, like, if you're a freshman, there are upperclassmen that are hired on to become tutors for your classes, and they're always available.
Do it.
Get over the fucking stigma of needing to ask for help. Like, it's totally okay to ask for help. And utilize those resources. Yeah. They're literally on there to help you succeed. It shouldn't be a negative thing.
No. And it's not. Once you do it, you realize, oh, like, this is it.
Right.
Like, you're not making fun of me.
No.
Like,
no.
Yeah. And even, like, talking to your professors.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the thing. I think all professors in college just assume that all the majority of their students are just like shitheads and they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
If you go out of your way to go visit your professor during their office hours and ask, like, hey, I really didn't understand this part that we were talking about in class. Is there anything extra resources you can give me to help better understand it? They will appreciate that. That shows that you care.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, absolutely. Usually, as long as they're not just like complete hard ass professors, if you have something come up, if you go and talk to them to ask for like an extension on something or extra studying materials or like help on like, hey, what can I expect this test to be on?
Yeah.
Because I really am like overwhelmed with all this content. I really need to know like what I should hone in on and study. Usually the professors are really good about helping you.
Oh, yeah. And even if you're about to fail their class, if you show that you care about the class and you don't want to fail it, they'll probably give you something to pass it.
Yeah.
You just have to communicate. Okay, last one. The toxic friend group. Ella, shout out Ella, quickly made friends during her first week at college. But as time went on, she realized the group was toxic. They gossiped constantly, pressured her into partying instead of studying, and made her feel insecure about her interests. Ella had to make the tough decisions to distance herself and find friends who supported her true self. I think you go through this in college a little bit. They aren't like it's kind of like friends like aren't lifeline, like lifetime friends.
They're not lifers.
Yeah. And you realize that once you let them go, it's like, oh, cool. I can move on. But yeah, you have to again be self-aware and be like, okay, this person's not good for me.
Yeah. And that's just like the time that you realize it. And like you said earlier, where you have different friend groups for different things. If you have your big study group and you have your big party group, and by senior year of college, you're like, I'm kind of over the party scene, and you lose that party friend group, like, that's okay.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Get rid of the toxicness.
Yes. And then also, like, you've done it once, you can do it again. Go find new friends.
Yeah.
Like, go find friends that you share your new interests with, and just start over again.
Yeah.
Friends come and go so much when it comes to college. Like, you have your friends that you just associate with, you wave hi, you see in class, you're like, hey, like, I'm missing class, could you take notes for me? Like, those are the homies that are like, I got you. But yeah, like, you gain new friends, you lose old friends, you realize people's true colors when it comes to
real quick in college. Yeah. Especially like living with them.
Yep. You also too, this is such a pivotal time in your life. You have to prioritize yourself, and you have to make your happiness, your future, your goals, your priority.
It's okay to be selfish in college.
Absolutely.
Kind of. Just don't be a shitty person.
Yeah. I 1000% think it's okay to be selfish in college. And
yeah.
I mean, like you said, like, don't be a bitch about it.
Yeah.
But your happiness is all that matters.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Okay.
Good luck to everyone going to college.
I know.
I wish I was going.
I do not wish I was going back to college. No.
Oh, I totally would do it.
Like, I would like to live a day again.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go back.
I just love the different schedules.
Yeah.
Like Tuesday, I got 2 classes. I can have lunch with you and take a nap and take a walk.
That was fun.
Yeah. But now every day is the same fucking day, and it's like.
It is. And I do miss, like, spring breaks, like having those breaks from school and like not having any obligations to do anything.
Yeah. Dude, like, Pitt State took fall break away.
What?
Yeah, they took fall break away for some reason. I don't remember why. But it was like in October. It was so hard. Like, everyone was struggling whenever we should have had a break.
Okay, we didn't have a fall break. Our fall break was Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Okay, I think they made our Thanksgiving longer.
Gotcha.
But like in October, because we already had it like our freshman and sophomore year. And it was just a longer weekend. It was like a 4-day weekend. But like we're all like hitting mid-October, we were like, okay, we're burnt the fuck out. Like we need a break. And so, yeah, take advantage of the breaks.
I do remember the breaks coming at like the perfect time. You always had like your midterms right before those breaks. And then you just knew that you got some time off from studying, and then you had to hit the books really hard when you came back to finish the school year out. But yeah, I do miss those freaking breaks of like you damn near got a month off between Christmas and because you would always get out like right before like the 20th of December, and you wouldn't go back until like
January 13th or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I do miss that part.
That was so nice.
I could never be a teacher.
And then everyone coming into the town.
Yeah.
Going to college. Oh, that's so fun.
I could never be a teacher, but I envy the people that are teachers and still get their breaks.
Oh, yeah.
I love that for them.
All right.
Yep.
Not us. We're just working every day.
Doing the same thing every day.
Hey, we love it.
Yeah, we're good. But like we said, enjoy your college life.
Enjoy every
the time in college.
Take lots of photos.
Oh, yeah, that's
Get those disposable photos so you can have the physical copies.
Oh, my gosh. But just enjoy it. Like, it should be such a fun time in life. And if you are going into your freshman year of college and you're nervous, you have questions, you need advice,
reach
send
out.
us a message.
Yeah.
We'll help you any way we can.
Yep.
But, okay, that's it.
That is the end of episode 8 of the Not Girls Girls with Lorren and Bri. Peace.